From the heart of Atlantis straight to AMSA, this is your weekly news flash, where we keep you informed on everything that's happening in and around Atlantis. This is the Atlantis Flash Live with Christina.
Hello everyone and welcome back for yet another weekly Atlantis Flash Live, brought to you at your doorstep by the talented and creative employee marketing team. I would like to start today's broadcast by thanking all of you very much for your cooperation and by acknowledging all the consolidated efforts that every one of our Atlantis colleagues have made so far in our fight against COVID-19. As everyone is aware, we're experiencing extremely challenging times. As such, in the best interest of the health and safety of all of our colleagues, and in line with the legislations laid down by the UAE government, Atlantis the Palm is compelled to put stricter measures in place in order to protect each and every one of our Atlantis colleagues. We're happy to report that there has been some remarkable progress at AMSA so far. But as the UAE continues to strictly control the spread of the virus, more and more actions will need to be put in place as far as health and safety is concerned. Let's recap what's happened this week. As the citywide disinfection drive continues and extensive COVID-19 checks are carried out in the highly populated areas, there is now a 24-hour mandatory lockdown. We are required to obtain both Atlantis and government permits to step out of our buildings if we're living in AMSA. Please be very well acquainted with both permits and apply for them at least 2 hours ahead of time. If you're traveling to go to work, please be in touch with Jihan from the HR Government Relations team to get a special letter which will enable you to travel. This will be in place of the government permit. We're working together with them. It's an Arabic letter. We will continuously strive for perfection. On Tuesday night, we updated the Atlantis permit to add more shopping options. All-day supermarket can now be visited with a special laminated pass, which can be obtained from the security building officer. Please be sure to read the Atlantis Daily Flash for the newest and most up-to-date information. Now, we'll show you a short video of how you can access the permission for all-day supermarkets.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. What about you?
Good, very well, thank you. Please, I'd like to go to all-day supermarket.
Sure. Right. Can I have your ID, please?
You may.
I would like to let you know, recently we introduced the new pass
Okay.
for all-day supermarket. You have to have this one from the security section. You have to submit your ID. Security will obtain vital information, will log it, and will issue you this pass. This pass has a timing maximum 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes you can shop, and on your return, you have to return this one to the security.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
We also opened the Essential Store in AMSA, where colleagues can collect all sorts of necessary household items, a very popular initiative indeed. Also, we launched the grab-and-go meals in S4 and S5 to reduce the footfall on the streets. Please ensure to continue to give us your feedback on the menu options and food quality as we adjust it to perfection. All this, and we got paid service charge. This is what Atlantis the Palm is doing for us. I do believe I speak for everyone when I say that our primary objective is everyone's health and safety, which will lead us to resuming normal running of hotel operations in the quickest way possible. Speaking of safety, Rachel met with Security Manager Mohammed Saeed, whose responsibility is to ensure the safety of all colleagues at AMSA. He and his team have the challenging role of enforcing all the rules for everyone's safety, and they have been working closely with the Dubai police to make this happen. Let's hear what they had to say.
Hi Christina, it's Rachel coming at you from S5 Security Building. I am going to go and speak to Mohammed Saeed right now from security, and we're going to find out a little bit more about what they've been doing. Hi Mohammed, it's Rachel. Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I just want to say thank you very much on the behalf of colleagues at Atlantis for everything that you guys have been doing for us. First of all, first question, how are you and how are you handling everything?
Thank you very much for asking. I'm very well and trying to adjust in this current situation. And under Mr. Ali Hassan guidelines, department is going to follow up on all precautions what we need to implement here. Everything is very well.
Okay, Brilliant, thank you very much. And what have your department been putting in place to ensure the health and safety of our colleagues so far?
At the moment, our primary concern is to break the chain. Means the people who they are coming from the outside, particularly the visitor, we have to make sure that they are not coming to meet with our colleagues, because at the current situation it doesn't allow us, and this is also the guideline from the senior management. And also we have to make sure that our colleagues are not going to be exposed outside.
Okay, thank you. And please tell me, what challenges have you been facing so far?
Look, overall in Atlantis colleagues, I have to tell its feedback is very positive. On the initial stage, yes, there were some challenges. The colleagues were not going to be cooperate with the security officer about the do's and don'ts, but I'm very glad that very quickly they picked up this one and they started to cooperate with us. And at the moment we are in one pipeline and we are getting fully support from the colleagues.
Okay, that's great to hear, that's good. And one more thing as well, what advice or what sort of 3 tips would you give to colleagues for staying safe and staying sane during the rest of this time?
The first one, I have to say that I have to say to social distancing is very important for all of us. Number 2, sanitize as much we can sanitize ourselves. We need to consistently sanitize our hands. We need to go often to wash our hands as well. And also we have to make sure that we are not going to assemble means together. Keeping distance, very important. We are not assembling down and outside the building. We are also making sure that we are keeping distance while we are eating food in the canteen. And also we have to make sure that we are not assembling so many people in our room upstairs.
Thank you very much, and thank you to you once again and your department for keeping us safe.
Thank you very much.
That's back to you, Christina, in the studio. Thank you.
Thank you, Rach and Saeed. In other news, related to hotel operations, there are several initiatives taking place at Atlantis that we would like to share with you. First off, the task force team at Atlantis will begin work from next Sunday. I'm sure all our colleagues are very excited and appreciative to have such a special opportunity and obviously to learn a new skill. Something else that's fresh off the press is that the Atlantis food and beverage team will now be taking over serving and operations at the hub. Rachel spoke to the team there. Let's hear what they had to say.
Hi there, I am coming to you live from the hub in Atlantis, and I have Kevin Fleming with me, who's going to be here talking to me about the culinary team moving into the hub. So Kevin, can you tell me a little bit more about this initiative?
We're starting tomorrow morning, breakfast. It's going to be on for the foreseeable future. The idea is to keep some of our staff full-time employed here.
Okay, excellent. And is it mainly colleagues from Saffron who are joining?
No, we have a wide variety of chefs from all over the hotel and also F&B and stewarding department.
Thanks, Kevin. And how many colleagues will be working?
At the moment, 51 colleagues will be working until this weekend, and then next Sunday the task force is going to increase within the hotel. We might look at increasing the chefs.
Okay, brilliant, thank you. And who will be cleaning the hub while this is happening?
Some of the stewarding department are still here in the building, and then we'll also have the chefs who will be cleaning the rest of it.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. And thank you to the culinary team for volunteering to be part of this great initiative. And that's back to you in the studio now, Christina.
Many thanks to Rachel and Kevin. I'm excited to see this operation unfold. We will continue to deploy our colleagues and utilize our own talents whenever we can. This is because we aim to give colleagues first priority when it comes to employment. And in other news, last week we announced the winners of the Earth Hour Impromptu Talent Competition, which was held at AMSA. And we awarded Bianca and Akrit half a kilo of chocolate each. Let's hear and see how they took that news.
Surprise! Congratulations! You've won. You've won a box of chocolates.
This is for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
for teaching me how to love, showing me what the world means, what I've been dreaming of. And now I know there is nothing that I could not do thanks to you.
Wasn't that cute? The Atlantis Flash Live is all about you and what we do for you. And as a result of all the wonderful opportunities and initiatives that we're offering to our colleagues and their families, we continue to foster appreciation, gratitude, but most of all, pride to be an Atlantean. Just look at all the Facebook banners of hundreds of colleagues who updated them in support of our amazing resorts. And it's not only colleagues who appreciate us, but we also appreciate you in return. This week, we had a problem with an increased amount of rubbish at AMSA. This is understandable because we have a large number of colleagues living there. Plus, we welcome the Radisson Blue team. We asked for volunteers to help control the buildup of rubbish on each floor and in the common areas. Check out some images and comments from volunteers who have been working to make AMSA a better place without even getting paid to do so. Now, in the next segment, which is called the Rachel Express, we want to hear from you. This is your chance to speak up, so watch out for Rachel as she comes to you.
Hello and welcome to the Rachel Express. I want to start by wishing all Atlanteans a very happy, healthy and relaxing time this Easter weekend. Easter is such a hopeful time of year, and with that we wish you the hope and beauty of springtime and the promise of brighter days. In these unprecedented times, faith is the provider of strength, and the strength shown from all our colleagues during this time will bring a little extra joy to Easter this year. Happy Easter to all of Atlantis. Now, having said that, let's move on and see what our colleagues have to say about isolation in AMSA.
My name is Beatriz and I work for Wave House.
Okay, fantastic, thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about how you're feeling and how you're finding isolation?
At the beginning it was a little bit hard, but I'm just trying to read, try to do some, complete some personal projects, and I'm just trying to take advantage of the time.
I'm Gosi, I'm also from Wave House.
Okay, thank you. And tell us, how are you finding isolation at the moment in AMSA?
Isolation, at the beginning it was a little bit hard to adjust, but we're taking it each day as it comes. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And what have you been doing with this extra spare time?
I've been catching up with family a lot. I've been doing video calls, I've been updating myself, I've been catching up with the Atlantis, what Atlantis is offering online, all the courses, almost.
Yeah, I'm absolutely okay with the certain scenario, what's going on in the world, and the kind of the steps that Atlantis has been taken towards colleagues and their health is absolutely fantastic, and I've been so lucky to be here with Atlantis.
Hi, my name is Stephen Mwangi, and I'm working in front office.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for your time. And please, can you give us 3 tips on surviving isolation?
Isolation 3 tips. 1, gloves on all the time, mask, social distancing at least 1 meter apart from anyone. Basically, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
See, I'm working with Saffron in FMB.
And what's your name?
My name is Vijay.
Perfect. Can you please tell me 3 tips for surviving isolation?
I can say that stay home and be safe, don't come outside, and whatever government has given the restriction, just follow.
That was all for this week. Let's have a look at what's coming up next week. This coming Sunday, the HR team will begin a company-wide exercise of sending acknowledgement letters to all the colleagues, informing them of their new reduced salaries. These letters are to be reviewed, signed and returned to the HR team by no later than the 15th of April. We will send a separate communication on this initiative with some frequently asked questions to guide you through the process. We'll also introduce a segment for parents and children next week with some tried and tested ways of keeping everyone in the family feeling productive and positive. Also coming up next week, we will share some fun TikTok challenge videos and images that the SPA team have put in place for the engagement of their teams. Another such initiative that you'll see next week is the all-colleague meeting that was organized by Mohammed Abu Salim and the Rooms Division team. They set up meetings on WebEx Meet and on Zoom and communicated with over 120 colleagues, some who were even in their home countries. This internal two-way communication was very well received by everyone. We encourage all the managers to send us various activities that they have been carrying out to encourage employee engagement and colleague engagement in their teams. And finally, I would like to bid you farewell with a beautiful picture of Atlantis the palm. Some of you may have seen a heart symbol on certain buildings last week. Have you figured out what it means? Don't worry, I'll tell you. It serves as a gesture of solidarity, compassion, and hope during these current times. Dubai Tourism initiated this move aimed at putting a smile on everyone's faces. That's all from us this week. Please hit the subscribe button and share your thoughts and comments with us. My name is Christina. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home.